So we've all wanted to buy something we liked off the internet, right? Whether that's a cool figure from a collab from not too long ago, or a new Taylor Swift album that just came out. Or I don't know, let's say new Pokemon cards, because holy fucking shit. These lower life forms I would hesitate to even call humans, which you may know as Scalpers, are shown to be one of the most pathetic beings on this planet. Just to get this out of the way before someone mentions it down the road, I know there's a quote unquote business aspect to buying more than one card set, but I think the max you should be allowed to buy if you're going to go down this road is 1 to 2 max, and that's being generous. Not the entire fucking stock or shelves from these stores. These are fucking Pokemon cards, dog. Because going back to Pokemon cards slash box sets, it's fucking crazy how there are grown
What's
ass men out
that?
here who are fighting each other
Bruh.
over some fucking plastic
What's
cards that are
that,
meant for
brother?
children. Like, how badly have we devolved as a species that even fucking crimes are being committed over these cards? And I'm gonna be upfront with y'all, I don't even like Pokemon personally, but funnily enough, almost all my friends do. And they are always telling me when they decide to buy a box set or some cards how absurd a lot of these prices are from eBay or whatever sites they're going on, to get these cards. And they just always tell me how it's fucking annoying to deal with these scalpers raising the prices to absurdity. And shout out to the retailers, because there are at least some retailers who are fighting back against these shitty scalpers by fucking up the card boxes or tearing the plastic seal on these card packs, which is fucking good for normal people, because at the end of the day, the majority of them are buying these cards for either themselves or for their nephews, their family. And the majority of them are going to throw away those boxes, right? They're going to keep the cards, but throw away the boxes that they came in or the packs. They don't give a shit about that. They're just going to keep the cards. And hell, even the Pokemon company is doing something to combat these scalpers, which is pretty fucking good. It's always good to see companies actually trying to give a shit about their customers and screw over the scalpers, because nobody stands with them. Fuck scalpers. And my own personal experience with scalpers has been with Lego. And if, like me, you've been playing with Lego since you were a kid, so you know just how much fun these little pieces of plastic are. Especially if you have a creative mind, you can come up with all sorts of crazy, wacky things to come up with. And one of the things I really liked doing was taking them apart after I would build a set, and usually combining multiple different sets to make some big ass cool thing from a movie I saw or whatever. Because I wouldn't usually get these sets too often, because they cost a lot of money back then, and now they cost even more. I would have to save up all my Christmas and birthday money to buy whatever cool set from Walmart or Toys R Us when that still existed. I would love being able to hold on to sets and shake the box to hear the Lego pieces inside rattle around. But thanks to fucking retarded criminals nowadays who wants to steal these sets and sell them online, they're now all behind protective cases because people can't help themselves, I guess, and steal shit. So thanks, you worthless pieces of trash. It's also crazy that some stores are also suffering the same kind of fate as Pokemon stores with selling Legos like bricks and minifigs, who got mad robbed a few years back. But I'm kind of a little less sympathetic to bricks and minifigs in particular because of the whole reckless Ben situation and the Mansell family getting screwed over by the company. So that's all I'm gonna say here. If you want to know more, there's a bunch of videos talking about it in way more depth than I could here. But getting back on track with my experience with scalpers, throughout my whole adult life, I would usually look through eBay for Lego sets that interested me. Some from when I was a kid. I would use eBay in particular because the prices, they can be fucking hella steals. I've seen some good ass deals for 80 bucks for a lot of Lego box sets. It's kind of crazy how good your luck can be if you know where to look on eBay. But you can also get some of the worst pricing for sets I've ever seen in my life. The only thing I could see that rivals these horrible prices on eBay is the housing market in California, because holy shit, have you seen that shit? It's diabolical how much a house costs nowadays. I'm not gonna pay an arm and a leg for a set, and sometimes they're not even all that big. And I know the rarity of a set in particular can account for the majority of the price spike, but come on, man, why are these sets so fucking expensive? It's to an absurd degree sometimes. Like, look at this. Why? For sets that retired not too long ago, you can see how fucking scalpers are being assholes and like to raise the prices to an absurd amount. And it's only been like a few months for some of these sets. The worst thing a lot of people don't consider is the shipping cost, which can up the price quite a bit, in fact, especially if it's from outside the US because of all those tariffs. Thanks, Trump. I remember when I bought my 1989 Lego Batmobile, which is like double the original price from I think around $200 when it released originally. I was actually able to get very lucky and managed to find a dude selling it for for $400, which, yeah, that's a lot, but that's honestly the best I found because I found other offers which were on average like $500 to $600. So that's obviously not including shipping, by the way. So that's why I chose this guy to buy off of. You know how Keaton was my first Batman, and I always thought his Batmobile was honestly the coolest looking Batmobile out of every single rendition of Batman on screen. So yeah, I would say this was absolutely worth it. Here's some other sets that have gone up. I've actually wanted this cool AT-AT set since I was a kid because they look the coolest out of all the things in Star Wars that I've seen. And yeah, I know this is the USC set, but I mean, this looks the best out of all the AT-AT Lego sets that have come out. I actually bought this Indiana Jones set right here before it retired, and I got mine for in total, including shipping, for like 25 bucks off of eBay, of course. I got a pretty good deal, and you can see that the price increase, which is on the smaller side because it's a smaller set. It may not seem like a lot, but again, this is not factoring in shipping. This is just to buy the set itself. I mean, you can see a lot of older sets, some from older set lines that I actually wanted, like the Space Police and the Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, they cost a lot, man. It's crazy just how much more expensive these sets have gone up since they retired and will continue to go up because they're so sought after by people who, like me, have fond memories of these films or Lego sets because they just look cool. But these are just my quick thoughts on scalpers. Let me know if you've ever had to deal with this bullshit in the comment section down below. That's all I gotta say. Bye.